What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Courtside TV. This is episode 3 of our MLB season preview. We're going to be actually giving our predictions on how we think the MLB is going to shape up and end this November. So we're going to go through give our division winners, and then we are going to just talk about how we think the playoffs are going to shape up. So coming out of the AL East, I have once again my Boston Red Sox. I think New York Yankees have done a lot of stuff to improve this year. I don't think they've done enough personally. I think the Red Sox are retaining enough people that it'll be great, will be just as good, if not better, than last year. So I have the Red Sox coming out of the AL East. AL Central, pretty straightforward. Cleveland Indians, unless the Chicago White Sox happen to make a run in a couple big names. I think Cleveland Indians got that wrapped up once again. The AL West, I think, once again, Houston, one of the best teams in baseball. Oakland Athletics are interesting. I think they could make a wild card game again this year, but I think ultimately Houston's just too good. They're too consistent. I think Oakland might fall off a little bit after a great year, but it wasn't necessarily expected. NL East, it all depends on where Bryce Harper goes. If Bryce Harper ends up on the Phillies are winning the division. If Bryce Harper does not end up on the Phillies, the Atlanta Braves are winning the division. I think the only way that the Atlanta Braves win the division if Bryce Harper goes to the Phillies is if they address their pitching with trades midseason or somehow before spring training starts. So give Braves and Phillies, I think they're both going to be in the playoffs no matter what. It just ends up, it's going to matter where Bryce ends up and if the Braves, how they address that pitching. The NL Central, Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs are interesting because they were both teams that played up. Obviously, the Cubs, we know they're good. We know that they're a great team. The Brewers, I don't think they're going to be as great as last year simply because Christian Yelich had an all-time season, had just one of the craziest seasons in recent memory, and it was just a team that played so well together, so high of a level. I don't know if they're going to be able to keep it up. If they do, I think they edge out the Cubs once again. If they don't, I think they could make a run at the wild card. It just depends. St. Louis and Pittsburgh are teams to watch, depending on how they're able to shape up. I think St. Louis could sneak in, depending on the Brewers and how they play. NL West, another close race this past season. I think the gap spreads a little bit. I think the Dodgers get slightly better with the returning Corey Seager. I think the Rockies could still make a run in the wild card depending on how they play and just how they shape up. But I really got the playoffs looking very similar to this past year, outside of Philadelphia, realistically, being added into that mix. But we can go ahead and get Logan and his opinion on how the division winners are going to shape up.
Alrighty, so starting in the AL East, once again, obviously last year it was a really, really good race between the Yankees and Red Sox, and I'm gonna go with the Red Sox again. I think they'll, win that division. Not easily, but I think they'll take care of business and get it done. AL Central, my Detroit Tigers are in this division. It's not a very fun division, and especially with the Tigers rebuilding right now. Gonna go with the Indians again. I don't know how many. It's been several straight years the Indians have won it, so I'm gonna go with the Indians once again. AL West, Astros once again. Obviously, they've been really, really good the last several years. I don't see. I mean, the A's had a pretty good year last year. I don't see them overtaking the Astros to win the division though. So, AL staying all the same for me. Red Sox, Indians, Astros. NL, I'm gonna go with the Braves. Yeah, I know the Phillies. They get Bryce Harper and whatnot, but the Braves are starting to really become a dangerous team, I think, and we saw that last year with all the young guys. So I'm going to go Braves. NL East. NL Central, I don't think – obviously, Connor talked about the Brewers had a really, really good year last year and probably played a lot better than people expected them to, but I don't think that'll happen for a second straight year. I think they can still be a good team, and they will still be probably in the wild card hunt. But I think the Cubs will win the NL Central this year. And then the West, I'm going to go with the Dodgers once again, like Connor said. Corey Seager coming back, and, they just have a really, really solid team. So in the NL, I got Braves, Cubs, and Dodgers. So I'll send it to Jackson.
All right, so yeah, so my predictions for the divisions this year, starting with the AL East. I got the Boston Red Sox winning that division, but like Logan said, it's going to be pretty close between the Red Sox and the Yankees because the Yankees have, in my opinion, the best bullpen in baseball now. But don't sleep on the Tampa Bay Rays. I think the Tampa Bay Rays will be the dark horse team of the MLB with Blake Snell coming off of AL Cy Young, and they have a lot of young guys. In my opinion, they're like the American League Atlanta Braves, how they have just tons of young guys coming up with a stud pitcher, Blake Snell, to sit around. So don't be surprised. I mean, they won 90 games last year, so don't be surprised if they make it to the wild card. So in the AL Central, in my opinion, the worst division in the MLB, I had the Cleveland Indians winning that, obviously, with Francisco Lindor, in my opinion, being the best shortstop in baseball. AL West. AL West is an interesting division because you got the Astros, who are always a powerhouse every single year, with the Oakland Athletics after they won 97 games last year, who were a lot of fun to watch with Matt Olson, Matt Chapman, Chris Davis. And the Mariners, they traded away everyone, and the Angels, who have Mike Trout, obviously. But I'm going to take a bold prediction right here, and I'm going to say the Oakland Athletics are going to win that division. NL East, which is this offseason, has become the most intriguing division in the MLB with all the new acquisitions that the Nationals, Phillies, and Mets have gotten. But I'm gonna stick to my boys over in Atlanta, the Atlanta Braves. Who are gonna win that division. You just can't stop Ronald Acuna, Freddie Freeman, new acquisition, Josh Donaldson. He stays healthy. Mike Fultonevich, he stays healthy. If we get Craig Kimbrell, everyone stays healthy. I think it's going to be a fun year for the Braves. They got that division. NL Central, another very interesting division with the Brewers, Cubs, Cardinals. I'm going to take a huge, very bold prediction right here. The Cincinnati Reds are going to win the National League Central Division after their new acquisitions with Yasiel Puig, Matt Kemp. I want to say they got someone else, Connor, Logan, someone come in. If no, you guys know, no one. All right, anyway, I know they got other people, but yeah, the Reds are going to make a run. They're going to win that division.
Alex Wood, did they pick him up this offseason?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. And then to wrap it up with the NL West, another pretty intriguing division with the Dodgers and Rockies.
The Reds got Sonny Gray.
Right, yeah.
Jose Peraza, Scooter Gennett, Yasiel Puig, Michael Lorenzen. That's huge for them. They're going to be sneaky. That was actually going to be one of my bold predictions, so thanks.
Yeah, the Reds definitely are a very, very dark horse team for this upcoming season. The NL West, to wrap it all up, got the Dodgers, Rockies, and a sleeper pick out of that division. I got the Giants. I don't think the Giants are going to win the division, but I feel like the Giants are going to have a very, very better year than they did last year, especially if they end up signing Bryce Harper. Expect them to kind of make a run out of for the wild card, but I have the Dodgers winning that division with a returning Corey Seager and Clayton Kershaw re-signing with them. I think the Dodgers are going to win that division. No problem, actually. I think the Dodgers are going to end up being the best team in the whole league, in my opinion. So, yeah.
All right, so now we're going to just kind of give who we think is going to be in the wild card and then along with who we think is going to end up in both championship series. So I obviously have the Red Sox, Indians, and Astros in the wild card. I have the New York Yankees and the Oakland Athletics, basically the exact same AL playoff as last year. But the difference is this year I have it as Boston versus Cleveland in the ALCS. I think Cleveland sneaks it out against Houston. I think that they have potential, especially if Francisco Lindor stays healthy. They just have They just have a really all-around good team. I think if they can stay healthy, they can make a run at the Astros, depending on how, obviously, trades go and stuff. Out of the NL, I'm going to say Philly wins the division just because that looks like that's where Bryce Harper is going to go, and Milwaukee and the Dodgers. Then I have it being the Atlanta Braves against the Colorado Rockies in the wild card. And in the NLCS, I have it being the Milwaukee Brewers against the Atlanta Braves. I think that the Atlanta Braves do enough to address their pitching. I think that they will make it through and just get to that spot where they're comfortable with everyone. So we can go around and get Jackson's predictions.
All right, so like I said, with the American League, we got the Red Sox, Indians, and A's winning their divisions, and I got the wild card game being the Yankees and the Houston Astros, basically the same teams as last year, if I'm not mistaken. And for the ALCS, I have the Red Sox against the Oakland Athletics. For the ALCS, I think the A's are definitely going to be better now that they have experience from the playoffs last year. And I think that they will be more prepared to make a run deep into the playoffs in this upcoming season. In the National League, I got the Braves, Reds, and Dodgers as the divisional champions. And for the wild card, I have the Philadelphia Phillies against the San Francisco Giants for the wild card. And I think for the NLCS, it is going to be the Braves against the Dodgers for a rematch. I think the Braves and Dodgers right now are the two best teams in the National League, in my opinion. And I think if you talk to a lot of MLB analysts, I think they can agree on that too. And because I just think the Braves and Dodgers are two most exciting teams to watch in the National League. So that's what I think.
All right, so I think we pretty much all got the same teams for the AL. Obviously, I had the Red Sox, Indians, and Astros winning their divisions. For the wild card, I'm going to say, let's see, the Yankees and the Athletics once again. But I'm going to go out on a limb, and Jackson talked about their bullpen. I'm going to say the Yankees and the Astros play each other in the ALCS. Obviously, Boston, most people would say Boston's a better team. I'm just going to go out on a limb. It's a rivalry. You never know what's going to happen in that game. So I'm going to say the Yankees move on to the ALCS against the Houston Astros. In the NL, obviously, I had the Braves, Cubs, and a little power mode. Let's get that off. I had the Braves, Cubs, and Dodgers. And the NLC. Okay, and then my wild card, I'm going to say the Phillies, and I'm going to say the St. Louis Cardinals as the other wild card team. And then in the NLCS, I'm going to go with Jackson. I'm going to go rematch Braves Dodgers in that one as well. So.
All right. So, Logan, you're no longer invited to talk MLB after saying the Yankees are going to beat the Red Sox. But moving on to World Series, I have the Red Sox returning from the AL, taking on, this is purely hope, so that I can go to a World Series game, the Atlanta Braves. I think the Braves do enough. I think that if they get Craig Kimbrell, all they would need is another quality starter. I think even if they don't get Craig Kimbrell, they can trade, or they have one of the best farm systems in baseball, if not the best. They have the depth. This is their year to make a run. They are ahead of schedule. They should not have been where they were last year, personally, I believe. But them being there last year, if they can make a run this year, I think they have a chance at being in the World Series if they play their cards right this offseason. And obviously, I can't root against the Red Sox. I have them beating the Braves in 6. I think the Red Sox take it. I mean, Jackson, I don't know why you're upset. There should have been no surprise there. But I think Red Sox repeat as champs. And, yeah, that's my World Series prediction for the 2019 MLB season. Anyone?
All right. Yeah, so for my World Series prediction, like I said, for the ALCS, I have the Red Sox against the Oakland Athletics. Out of the American League, Connor, just before I say anything, just relax, all right? Just relax. I have the Oakland Athletics scraping out a win against the Boston Red Sox in 7 games. Matt Chapman's going to hit a walk-off home run in Game 7 to advance the World Series. Matt Chapman's going to be the ALCS MVP. Don't sleep on Matt Chapman. He's going to win the American League MVP as well. Anyway, for the National League, we got the Braves, Dodgers. And bold prediction. Sorry about that. The Braves are going to beat the Dodgers in 5 games. Ronald Acuna Jr. is going to hit 3 bombs in that series, go on to win the NLCS MVP. So it's going to be the Braves and Oakland Athletics in the World Series. What a world it would be if that was the World Series this upcoming season. And I think the Braves are going to beat the Oakland Athletics in 6 games. I think that, like Connor said, if the Braves get another front-end starter to go with Craig Kimbrell, like I said earlier, Craig Kimbrell is definitely going to have better numbers in the National League. But even if the Braves don't get Craig Kimbrell, I think that the bullpen will have playoff experience. And Aroldis Vizcaino is arguably a very good relief pitcher. And just all the young guys the Braves have and just the farm system. And you never know who's going to break out. Every year there's someone different. Like 2 years ago, it was Ozzy Albies. Last year, Ronald Acuna Jr. Like, who's going to step up next? And I think this upcoming season is going to be the year for the Braves, as all the pieces are going to click together around with Freddie Freeman and now Josh Donaldson. And I think if everyone just stays healthy, the Braves got it.
All right, so let's see. Who did I have? In the AL, I had the Yankees and Astros in the ALCS, and I'm going to go with the Astros out of that series. And then in the NL, I had the Braves and Dodgers. I think all 3 of us had that, and I'm going to take the Braves as well. So my World Series is the Houston Astros and the Atlanta Braves. And Jackson, I love you, dude, and I really want to see the Braves win. I think they're 1 year away from it. And I'm going to say the Houston Astros win their 2nd World Series in the last 3 years.
I would just like to point out that both Logan and Jackson took the LA Rams in the Super Bowl, so I'm not upset with them saying that the Red Sox are not going to win. Yes, Logan.
No, pause.
Yes.
I took the Patriots. You can go watch back the video. I said 34-28 Patriots. So the viewers can go watch the video. You can go watch the video. I said the Patriots are going to win.
Everyone go back and check that video, like and comment on it. Make sure you watch it all the way through. Get that watch time up. But yeah, nothing. All right, go ahead, Jackson.
And yeah, I might have picked the Rams, but one, I'm a Falcons fan. Why would I want the Patriots to win in Atlanta after the arguably the worst sports moment to ever happen in my entire life? I'm not even going to go into it. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. And I'm a Georgia football fan. All right, Connor, I saw that. Don't appreciate that.
Yeah.
I love Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley is one of my favorite players in the NFL. I have a Todd Gurley jersey. Like, I do love Sonny Michel, but dude, come on. I don't want to see the Patriots win. But I knew like Tom Brady was going to win, obviously.
It's all right. We're used to being doubted. It's fine. But it's going to be a fun MLB year. It's going to shape up. Realistically, every team that we said might not even be in the playoffs because that's what makes baseball so fun. You never know what's going to happen on a daily basis. So we've given our predictions. Unless you guys have anything else to say, that's going to wrap it up for this MLB prediction video. So once again, I'm going to link Jackson's channel in the description below. Make sure you guys go check him out. Give him a like and a subscription. It's going to wrap it up for our MLB season preview. I'm going to try and do MLB recap weekly videos. If you guys want to see Logan and Jackson in those, let us know in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe and like the video. And until next time, we'll see you later. Peace.